Lesson 8.2. As a result of today's lesson, you will be able to find solutions of equations in two variables. An equation in two variables is an equation that contains two different variables, usually an x and a y. An example would be 3x minus 4y equals 2. You have an x and you have a y. A solution of that equation with x and y would be an ordered pair, x, y, that produces a true statement when you substitute the x and the y into the equation and solve. As long as both numbers at the bottom equal each other and that they are the same, then you have a solution. All right, let's try this. Okay, we have the equation 3x plus 2y equals negative 8. Okay, here's your x and here's your y. So 3 times 0 plus 2 times 4 equals negative 8. We have 0 plus 8 equals negative 8. 8 equals negative 8. It does not, so no. This ordered pair is not a solution of this equation. Let's try the next ordered pair. 3x plus 2y equals negative 8. Okay, so we have 3 times negative 2 plus 2 times negative 1 equals negative 8. Negative 6 plus negative 2 equals negative 8. Negative 8 equals negative 8. Yes, that ordered pair is a solution of the equation. Okay, let's try the last one. We have 3x plus 2y equals negative 8. So we have 3 times 10 plus 2 times negative 19 equals negative 8. We have 30 plus a negative 38 equals negative 8, and this equals negative 8, and so does this, and so yes, that ordered pair is a solution of the equation. Okay, let's go to the next page. Scroll up. All right, now we're going to talk about graphing an equation in two variables. The graph of an equation in two variables is the set of points in a coordinate plane that represent all the solutions of the equation. Now they can say all because when you graph these lines, put an arrow on each end of it because that means the line goes on and on forever, and that's how they can say the all. Okay, a linear equation is an equation whose graph is a line because you can see the word line in the word linear. And to graph a linear equation, we solve the equation for y. You set up a t-table, or sometimes we call these a t-chart because normally they look like this and they're a t. Okay? So you put in a positive number, a 0, and a negative number, or vice versa. I usually put the negative first, the 0, and then the positives. And you plot the ordered pairs from the t-table on a coordinate plane. Okay, first, let's look at these two examples. We have an equation that is merely y equals 2x. So we're going to take and make a little t-chart, x and y, and we'll put negative 1, 0, 1 in there. So when you plug in y equals 2x, it's y equals 2 times, the first number up here is negative 1, so y equals negative 2. So when x is negative 1, y is negative 2. Again, y equals 2x. Let's take the second x that we have. So y equals 2 times 0. So when x is 0, y is also 0 in this equation. The third one, y equals 2x. Y equals 2 times 1, or y equals 2. So here's our 3 points that we're going to graph. We're going to graph negative 1, negative 2, 0, 0, and 1, 2. Okay, negative 1, negative 2 is right there. 0, 0, and 1, 2. And then You just connect the dots. Okay. It's going to be tough for me to draw these lines on here now and get them straight. Oh, that's terrible. Let me see what I can do here. See if I can do a better job of it. It's a little bit difficult to draw these lines sometimes. Let's try this again. I'll pick up my pen, put this all back. Okay, let's do this again. -1, -2, 0, 0, and 1, 2. Okay. My lines are going to be squiggly because it's real hard to draw straight lines with this bamboo pad I'm using. Okay, so always make the graph a little bigger than the dots because otherwise it would end here and here, and put arrows on both ends. All right, let's try this next one. Let's make a little T-chart. And let's put -1, 0, 1. So we have y equals a -1, or you could put a 1 in front of the lonely variable, which would help you, 1x, plus 3. Y equals -1 times -1 is +1, it gives us a 4. Y equals a -1 times 0 plus 3, so y equals 3. Y equals a -1 times 1 plus 3, so -1 plus 3, and excuse me, y equals 2. So now we're going to plot -1, 4, 0, 3, and 1, 2. -1, 4, 0, 3, and 1, 2. And there's our line. Okay, and that's the end of the lesson.